This is Michael Orrell of MobileBurn.com, and today we're going to take a look at the Nokia N97 Mini, a device that we recently received right before the holidays. Take a look at the box. Slim packaging, really quite nice looking, and not unlike what we saw with the N900. Let's just open up the box here, break the seal, pop it open, and see what we get. Right up top, front and center, is the N97 Mini itself. You can see it has the same basic form factor as the regular N97, but it's smaller keyboards, missing the D-pad and things like that. We'll take a look at some of the hardware specifics in a little while. Also front and center is the battery, which we'll have to put in. It's a BL4D, and that's a 1200 milliamp hour battery. Also in the box, USB to micro USB cable, micro USB US charger, looks like a set of 3.5 millimeter earbuds and extra ear gels, music controls right here on the earbud controller, so you can make calls and also change volume and start and stop music. Appears to be an OV disc of some sort, probably the OV store. It's the whole OV suite, and it takes place of the PC suite that you used to use with S60 devices before. Some warranty information, and of course the N97 Mini user manual. So here's the N97 itself. As I previously mentioned, you can see there's a full QWERTY keyboards, 3 rows, offset position for the space bar, just like on the regular N97. I thought it a little strange at first. It seemed to work out okay for me in general. The keyboard has a reasonable feel. It's not the best or among the best I've seen, but it's not too bad. The front of the device itself is dominated by a 3.2-inch display. This is what Nokia calls an NHD display. It's basically 1/4 of 720p HD resolution. That's 640 by 360. Resistive touchscreen, so it takes a little bit of pressure to activate. Not too much though. Forward-facing camera for video calls. You've got the touch-sensitive call end and call send buttons, and a main menu button here for bringing up the S60 functions. On the left-hand edge, micro USB connector for data and charging both. A quick release for unlocking and locking the phone quickly. Speaker ports, stereo speakers right here and right here. Lanyard loop fixing point there. Camera shutter button. Volume controls, and you can probably also see the smudges on the metallic finish that goes around. Really smudges up something fierce. Quite unattractive. Looks nice clean, but it doesn't stay clean very long at all. As you can see, this just came out of the box and already it's looking pretty grungy. Up top, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack and a power switch. Along the back, you can see the 5 megapixel autofocus camera. It's got a dual LED flash, and this is the metal rear panel that protects the battery. We're going to pop that out there so we can stick the battery in. SIM card on the N97 Mini goes in with this little tray, slides into place here. Also, you can see the micro SD memory card slot right above the SIM card. Just drop the battery in. Or attempt to. So I had some real problems getting the battery back on because of some sort of metal contact that's in here, but let's try to get the rear cover back on the device. Had some trouble with this as well, and make sure that first side's latched in properly. Still not real impressed. It's a bit of a gap there, and just overall has been really difficult with the back panel. I mean, it looks like a nice back panel, should snap on easily, line up well, but not working out for me so well so far. Let's take a closer look at the mechanism for the sliding keyboard. You see it has a nice protective guard there. It's an interesting set of hinges, the way it works. A little hard to see, there are two of them back there. And just the one guide on this side. You can see, if you look closely, a ribbon cable that connects the display to the main unit. I don't suspect there'd be any kind of durability problems from that, and I think the N97 has proven to be mostly durable. So the design feels pretty good, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. Got the N97 powered up now. Try to get rid of this protective film. We'll go through the initial startup. You can see it's asking me for a list of countries. Kinetic scrolling. I'm going to have to scroll fair ways, but you can grab the scroll bar here and zoom a bit faster. And I just saw the USA go by. Let's do the same thing with city names. Here's the main home screen of the N97 Mini. You can see it's a room for configurability. There's a Facebook widget right in there. If you hit this button in the lower left-hand corner, it takes you to the main menu. If you long press it, it brings up the Task Manager, and you can just tap on an application to jump to it. Let's go into the messaging application, take a look at the text input. Select a contact. There's only one in here right now. And we'll just pop open the keyboard. There are keys right here for editing, arrow keys. You can also tap on the screen to get somewhere. Works quite accurately. You have some alternate text input methods as well. Let's go back into portrait mode. Use handwriting. Does not work very easily though. Yeah, I can't get it to recognize that. You can always use a T9 input mode though. Haptic feedback when you tap on the letters or numbers on the keypad. Keyboard feels decent. It's not great, not bad. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't mind the spacebar being offset on the right hand side. Do appreciate the arrow keys as well. Not super brightly lit, but brightly enough I think. Keys are pretty easy to read. So let's jump back to the home screen. Here we are back at the home page, and I've since logged into the Facebook widget just so you can see what it looks like. So it pulls up our test Facebook account. So you can scroll through the wall or look at your info. Down here at the bottom, quick links to friends, photos, and your inbox. I'm going to show you how you can edit what's on your home screen. Go into the options and click Edit Content. You can see all the little cells. There's 6 cells on the screen. You can tap on them, and I can remove it because I'm not going to use that music one, and I'm going to add something else in its place. And this is just like we saw on the regular N97. So I've just added a Bloomberg widget in place. I'm going to hit Done. And hopefully that'll bring up some Bloomberg information. You can see we have the Bloomberg widget in there now. And you can actually move around everything. Change the order of how everything appears. Just hit Done when you're finished editing the widgets. And you can tap on a lot of the widgets to get directly to content, just like we do with Facebook. Here, you can tap on this and it'll bring you into the Bloomberg application.